Sometime last week, a friend asked that, what are the things I wish I knew before I became a mother? What are the things I wish I knew before I got pregnant? What are the things I wish I knew before I decided that I want to have a baby? And I gave her a few tips, and I feel like I need to come and have a sit down video to put this out there because I wish I knew the things I knew now before getting pregnant. I wish I knew the things I knew now before being a mother. But the truth is, it's something that you learn in the journey. You learn while you have the baby. You learn in the postpartum period. It's not something that's, no matter how prepared you are for this, there are some unforeseen circumstances that you can't control and you need to adjust to it. So hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. You're in the right place, like I would always say. My name is Melody Abishara, and in today's video I'm going to talk about 10 things I wish I knew before I became a mother, or it could be 8 things, it could be 9 things. It depends on how I remember them. And I'm going to talk about the ones that are very important, like the most important part of being in this hood, which is motherhood and obviously fatherhood and parenthood. So let's jump right in. First thing is self-assessment. You need to sit down and think about this. Are you ready physically for this? Mentally for this? Are you ready emotionally for this? Are you stable financially? And are you ready spiritually for this? I have come to understand that the spiritual controls the physical, right? And motherhood is an assignment. You wouldn't want to fail at this. Come to think of it, if you have an assignment or an exam to write, I know how hard you're going to prepare for this because you want to come out in flying colors. You see, those same principles applies to motherhood as well, because God has called us to this wood. God has called us to raise offspring for Him. Obviously, you wouldn't want to raise someone that had as a menace to the community and to the society, even to the country at large, right? And also, are you ready mentally for this? Because when it comes to motherhood and being a mother, the thing is, even while you are pregnant, you begin to notice the changes. When you accept this mentally that, oh wow, I'm in this pregnancy journey and my small boob is increasing, my little hips is increasing, right? My body color is changing. I'm beginning to have pimples, acne, my nose is expanding, physical changes that you can see, which is obvious to you and your partner. Are you ready to accept this mentally that this is what this journey entails? Are you ready to accept that this and this and this is what I'm going to experience in this journey, in this pregnancy journey, in this motherhood journey, in this postpartum journey? So when it comes to you accepting or you wanting to conceive or you knowing that you want to have a baby, you need to sit down and assess yourself if this is really what you want to venture into or otherwise. But the thing is, majority of people would like to have a child, would like to have a baby. Well, there are exceptions, and of which they have their very cogent reasons, right? Which is non-arguable about. The next thing I want to say that, which I feel like is one of the things I wish I knew before I got pregnant, is body changes. I mean, obviously you can see me. If you refer to my very first video, which I made on YouTube, and my current video, you would see some changes. Are you ready to accept that you are gonna have a full body change? Are you ready to accept that your once size 8 flat tummy might actually be a size 12 or size 10 flat tummy, right? I'm just being factual in this video because you need to accept that motherhood comes with body changes. Motherhood comes with you being a simple level. You might actually get fat. When it comes to body changes, you really cannot predict how the journey is going to be. You really cannot predict what you're going to experience with your body. So the thing is, you need to accept that in this journey, in this new experience, my body is going to change. So there are exceptions to this, right? I'm currently breastfeeding, so there are limits to what I can do to diet and to exercise. There are limits to what I can do to weight loss, right? But before you start the weight loss, are you ready to accept your current body change, your new body change, what you're going to be living with, right? Even if you work on it with exercise and on diet. And what about the stretch mark? Another thing I wish I knew is sleep deprivation. You see, Motherhood is 80% sleep deprivation and 20% 8 hour sleep, which is equivalent of an adult, right? You need to know and be ready and to prepare ahead, because you who once enjoy luxury of sleep, now your sleep will be controlled by a tiny human. I am someone that I love to sleep. As a matter of fact, I can't sleep on anything, right? As a matter of fact, I am called Jonah. I was once called Jonah, but not anymore, because now my sleep is being controlled and scheduled by a tiny human. So you need to know and be prepared ahead if you want to go into this journey that your sleep will be controlled by someone. But the good news about these things, it doesn't last forever. When my baby was a newborn, which is the newborn to the 3 months, I was sleep deprived. Despite the fact that I had helps around, but the truth is, no one can take the book from you, because you need to breastfeed your baby, which is simply means you'll be deprived of the sleep. Now, I'm currently enjoying my sleep a bit, because he has transitioned from sleeping little now to sleeping longer, because it's currently 5 months. I currently have a 5 months old, so his sleep time is now scheduled. You can easily predict the time he's gonna sleep. So the thing about this sleep deprivation is it's really not gonna last forever. It's a phase which I believe, with the help of God, is going to strengthen you to overcome it. But you need to have it at the back of your mind that motherhood consists of sleep deprivation. Another thing I wish I knew before getting pregnant or before I became a mother is a good support system. You see, a good support system cannot be overemphasized. The truth is, what I've come to realize in this journey is the period of pregnancy and the period of motherhood is the time you get to know if your partner really likes you. Pregnancy is the most vulnerable time of a human, of women, because for me, my pregnancy time was the time I was really vulnerable. My first trimester was nothing to write home about. It was bad that I threw up. I usually throw up on the floor. Like, I couldn't control myself. It was so bad that once I want to throw up, I don't run to the toilet or run to throw up. I literally throw up at the spot I am. Like, I throw up on the floor and I watch my hubby gracefully packing, mop the floor, sweep, and all of those. You need to have a strong support system. But the trick of this thing is you really cannot know if you have a supportive partner till you find yourself in that position. But the thing is, your partner can actually be supportive in other aspects, and maybe he's not fully enlightened and informed about this journey. If you have a mother or a sister or a family or a friend, even your neighbor can help, right? You just need a support system around you at the most vulnerable time of your life. Another thing I wish I knew before I became a mother is baby cries for no reason, and baby cries a lot. I need to use my baby as an example. Cries because he just want to cry. Though I've come to realize that crying is a means of communication of the baby, but there are times that you just cry for no reason, because you must have checked if the diaper is wet, and obviously it's not wet. He's fed, well fed, he's in a cozy environment, like he is stable. So why are you crying? And you've done every possible thing to suit him, and yet you still want to cry. So in this journey, and if you are a new mom like myself and you find yourself in this journey and you've done everything possible to suit your baby and yet the baby still cries, you've checked everything, you've pressed the whole body and the baby still cries, allow the baby to cry. I mean, just allow the baby to make use of his lungs, right? The truth is, my mom would always say that if he doesn't cry, he will not be released to me from the hospital. Allow him for like a minute or two to make use of his lungs and cry, to make use of our lung and cry, because you really, and there is little or nothing to what you can do. Another thing I want to talk about is your life will change. Your life will change for good, obviously, because now you have a tiny human as part of your life. So whatever thing you want to plan, whatever thing you want to do, you need to include such that human together with your plans. Most especially for a woman, your life is going to change. Now, I'm someone that I love to pre-plan myself ahead of time. If I want to do these things, I need to plan myself ahead of time. But now, I need to slow down in the planning process, because you really cannot predict how this baby's day will go. You know, I've come to realize that Having this baby in this family simply means that he is the one to determine how the day will go. Come to think of it, sometime last week we wanted to go out for 7 a.m. and we were awake as at 5:30 a.m. And the moment Obi was done taking his bath, this baby just decided to be cranky for no reason. I carried him to suit him, he didn't stop. My partner as well carried him to suit him, he didn't stop, and we just had to sit back. We didn't go for the event anymore. We had to sit back and, we slept off, right? So I've come to realize that this journey is a whole lot, but as a woman or even as a father as well, your life is gonna change. There are some adjustments you need to do here and there. You need to find a balance in everything. One thing I want to say about this journey is intentionality when it comes to relationship with your partner. If you're not careful, you will get lost in parenting, you will get lost in motherhood, and totally ignore the way your relationship was before your baby comes to the family. So this journey had made me realize that I need to be intentional, and I'm really thankful for the kind of partner I have. I would say that he is even the one that is very intentional about our relationship status before the baby comes in. So most of the times he had to find a balance. So this baby, you need to go to this place. This baby, we need to take you somewhere. This baby, we need to put you somewhere. This baby, we need to put you somewhere because I need to have a me time with my partner. This journey made me realize that if you're not intentional about your status, if you're not intentional about your love life, because obviously love births this baby, if you're not intentional about even your sexual life, you will get lost in the spirit. There was a particular phase that I really felt overwhelmed and I began to resent my partner, and I had to call myself to order that we are in this together, right? He's doing his very possible best to make things work out. He's doing his best to ease the stress I feel. He's doing his best to help me ease my pain, right? So I had to call myself to order that myself and this man, we are in this together. I do not need to resent him. Another thing I want to talk about is food intake. If you're someone that while you're pregnant, you really didn't enjoy eating, obviously your hormones are playing, right, and you didn't enjoy eating, you didn't have appetite while you're pregnant, I bring you good news that once you obviously deliver your baby and you're getting yourself and eating a bit, you will get your appetite back. And if you're someone that is breastfeeding as well, you are going to consume a lot. You will eat and consume, and the next minute you're hungry, the next second you want to eat, the next minute you want to eat. I think this is where the body weight comes in for the woman, because when I compared my picture of when I just delivered my baby, I think I was 2 weeks postpartum then, and now I realized that the change that happened here was the ability to eat what I want to eat now, and the intense breastfeeding hunger that comes with this journey, which had obviously made me add a bit, right? So in this journey, you need to understand and accept the fact that you will eat. You can't help it. I would say the only way you can help it is by eating healthy and drinking lots of water. They say that what you eat is obviously what you're going to feed your baby. So you need to eat. You wouldn't want to starve your baby. You wouldn't want to see your baby crying because the mother is going on a dieting, because the mother doesn't want to get fat and the mother doesn't want to eat. So, I mean, you immediately bond with your baby, the way to have a baby. So you want to eat well, you want to eat healthy because you need to feed your baby. So one thing I've come to realize is food intake is high. My food intake is not very high, but I've been so intentional on eating healthy because to lose weight, to lose body fat, to lose belly fat is hard work. This next one is parenthood is a full-time job, not a side hustle. If you're someone that, yes, this is really making me to laugh because parenthood is not an 8 to 5 job that you resume and you close. Obviously, you're closed from work and you're back home. Parenthood is a full-time job. It runs around the clock. So if you feel like if you have a baby now, you are gonna drop this baby for someone to focus on your life. No, it doesn't work that way. I've come to realize that 24/7 you are changing this child. 247 you are talking about the things you want to use for this child, 24/7 you're talking about every other conversation for the day evolves around this baby. Every other conversation around the day evolves around taking care of this child. So you need to know, and you need to prepare her head that once this child comes to the family, once this child comes to your life, it's a full-time job. You really do not have a vacation for it. Well, there's an exceptions that you want people have a baby and they need to go on vacation, or they need to go for an outing, they drop the child for their parents or a nanny. But even while you are in the vacation, you find yourself that you're calling to check up on the child, right? So it simply means that parenthood is a full-time job. So if you're not ready to have a full-time job apart from your 8 to 5 job, then do not venture into this. But obviously, some people want to experience this beautiful journey, and I'm bringing an open that for everyone that is looking forward to experience this journey, it will come with ease for you in Jesus' name. Amen. Another thing I want to talk about is everything is just a phase. The good times, the bad times, nothing is constant. The pain to fail, while breastfeeding, the sleep deprivation, the postpartum journey, everything is just a phase. So don't get yourself worked up. I bring good news for you that don't get yourself worked up. The baby cries a lot, the baby is cranky, the baby is all of those, the baby doesn't sleep on time and all of that. I bring good news to you that in a month or two, the baby will change and then you begin to get his balance right back. So that brings me to the end of the things I wish I knew before I became a mother. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned one or two things as a new mom and as an intending mother, the things you feel you want to adjust on, the things you want to sit down and reevaluate yourself about, the things you want to sit down and access a relationship about, the things you want to sit down and talk about, because parenthood, motherhood, fatherhood, it's a lot. I honestly didn't cover everything, but these are the core things you need to put in place. These are the core things you need to think about before you embrace this journey. And I'm praying that once you find yourself in this journey, the Lord Almighty will make it complete ease for you, because it is obviously the Lord's assignment, and He will give you the manual and the knowledge to scale through this journey, right? Amen. So till next time, I say have a good day, make money, and learn to mind your business in this tipping economy. So bye guys, and have a lovely day. Bye.